On the savanna, there is a predator often underestimated until the entire pack begins to move. No growls, no rushing. Hyenas patiently wear down the distance little by little. The farther the prey runs, the tighter the circle becomes. And when those rough, echoing laughs rise through the night, the hunt has almost reached its decisive stage. A limping hyena unknowingly walks straight into the observation zone of a lioness lying in wait ahead. For a moment, every escape path seems closed. Yet after a few seconds of consideration, the predator chooses not to proceed. In the wild, not every opportunity is worth the energy and risk. The scent of a buffalo carcass draws a clan of hyenas from far away, but the prize is already guarded by a male lion. Instead of rushing in chaotically, they spread out, applying pressure with calculated coordination. Within minutes, what once seemed like a secure hold begins to weaken under the weight of numbers. A brief mistake places the hyena within the grasp of a giant python. Once the coils tighten, the opponent begins to manage the situation with slow, steady movements. There is no need for chaos, only patience and precision. Some endings arrive quietly, carried by relentless persistence. A hyena's meal is suddenly disrupted when a male lion charges in with overwhelming presence. One individual faces immediate danger, causing brief disorder within the group. But the clan quickly regroups, surrounding the lion from multiple directions. That united response forces the lion to reconsider, and the balance soon shifts. The smell of a carcass leads a hyena toward what appears to be an easy reward. But the closer it moves, the deeper it steps into the range of a crocodile waiting nearby. With one swift pull into the water, the opportunity disappears. Beyond that boundary, the animal on land has no way to follow. The moment a young elephant is threatened, the adults immediately close ranks. They form a tight circle, placing the calf safely in the center. Hyenas circle around, searching for a weak point, but every approach is blocked by the herd's disciplined unity. When each member holds position, the group becomes a wall that is almost impossible to break. The moment a hyena strays into territory controlled by lions, it quickly becomes a locked target. The male lion reacts swiftly and decisively, leaving the intruder little time to linger. In places where survival is constantly contested, reducing competition can sometimes secure the advantage. Once pulled away from the riverbank, the hyena also loses its final advantage. The crocodile does not need to rush, because the deep water is entirely in its favor. The farther from shore the struggle moves, the weaker resistance becomes against an opponent that fully controls this space. A solitary male lion walks into an area crowded with hyenas and soon finds himself surrounded from multiple directions. Though stronger as an individual, he begins to falter under the steady pressure of the clan. Only when other lions arrive does the situation return to balance. Hyenas are not only skilled at taking opportunities, they are especially alert to chances that appear later. When food is no longer guarded, they approach with remarkable focus and patience. There is no need for noise. Arriving at the right moment is often enough to secure what remains. African wild dogs form their hunting formation with remarkable speed. As the circle tightens, the available space slowly disappears. Facing such organized pressure, the hyena understands that holding its ground would only increase the risk. In encounters like these, order and coordination often carry more weight than outward aggression. Facing a crocodile, the hyenas do not rush in one by one. They spread out, probing while steadily applying pressure to disrupt the opponent's control. That coordinated rhythm gradually forces the crocodile to back away, leaving a small opening behind. After boldly approaching the food claimed by wild dogs, the hyena quickly finds itself surrounded from several directions. The mounting pressure makes it clear that staying longer would only increase the risk. A quick retreat into the nearby water helps ease the tension. Only when other hyenas arrive does the situation truly open up again. A clan of hyenas once applied enough pressure to force a lioness away from a carcass. But then a male lion appears, and the atmosphere changes instantly. He does not need to rush forward. His presence and confident stride alone are enough to make the opposing group pause. A mistaken assumption nearly places the hyena in a situation with no safe escape. What lies ahead is not a harmless object, but a powerful presence capable of reacting at any moment. When the hippopotamus suddenly responds, curiosity turns into a tense retreat. Sometimes the line between safety and serious trouble is only a few quick steps apart. A hyena with an uneven gait enters a meeting that could easily escalate. Yet this time, both sides maintain enough distance to avoid crossing a dangerous line. There is no dramatic clash, only quiet caution and a shared decision to avoid unnecessary risk. Under pressure from several directions, the mother rhinoceros keeps her movement steady and positions the calf in the safest place. She does not break formation in panic, nor allow any gap to open around the young one. On the open grassland, the ability to maintain order can become the most effective form of defense. Facing a male lion, the hyena clearly understands the boundary it should not cross. The presence of other hyenas creates just enough distraction to allow a retreat, but not enough to shift the balance. The encounter ends quickly, a reminder that territorial order can sometimes be established within only a few seconds. Even after the calf is gone, the mother hippopotamus stands between the body and the hyenas like a wall that refuses to move. At that moment, the protective instinct is no longer about saving what is lost. It feels more like a bond that cannot be released immediately. Surrounded by pressure, she holds her position, making the scene heavier than any sound around it. An injured leopard can no longer maintain a safe distance from the animals surrounding it. The hyenas do not rush forward immediately. Instead, they take turns probing, gradually wearing down the remaining resistance. Once they realize the opponent is no longer a serious threat, they slowly move away. Sometimes the goal is not a fierce clash, but the outcome with the least risk. Thirst draws a hippopotamus toward a water source where lions are already present. Each step carries potential danger. But faced with such a massive presence, the idea of attacking quickly becomes uncertain. The lions step back, not out of weakness, but because the cost of a mistake would be too high. Sometimes giving way is the clearest sign of caution. Two lions hold just enough distance, applying pressure even before taking action. When the circle closes, the opponent has very little time left to respond. There is no long chase, only a situation controlled through timing and position. That calm control makes the approach feel more intense than any sudden burst of action. The scent of a hippopotamus carcass leads a clan of hyenas to a food source large enough to sustain them for days. This time, there is no need to spend energy on exhausting pursuits. A precise sense of smell and timely arrival are enough. In a harsh competition, opportunity often belongs to the one who finds the reward first. Hunger pushes the hyena to move closer to prey that lies within a lion's control. But the difference in size and the dominant position quickly end that attempt before it goes too far. There is no need for a dramatic clash. The presence of the stronger animal alone is enough to close the door on the intrusion. The moment lions appear near the water's edge, the hippopotamuses gather together as a unified group. Pressure from several directions slowly removes any room for the intruder to maneuver. Under that weight, the only practical choice is to retreat and leave the area. A hyena chooses a fragile moment to approach a young antelope. But the reaction from the parents comes even faster. They rush in almost simultaneously, closing the distance and forming a determined living shield. In moments stretched tight with tension, even a brief delay can completely change the outcome. A hippopotamus carcass quickly becomes a valuable prize in a restless competition. The hyenas gain the advantage through their numbers, repeatedly pushing vultures away to maintain control. With powerful jaws and persistent coordination, They know how to make the most of a rare opportunity. As soon as a male lion steps into an area filled with hyenas, the circle begins to close around him. No longer scattered threats, the clan takes turns applying pressure to wear down the opponent's strength. When numbers are organized well enough, even a predator accustomed to dominance can be forced onto the defensive. Thank you for watching until the end of the video. In nature, victory sometimes belongs not to the strongest, but to the most persistent. If you would like to see more intense moments from the wild, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next video.